What's up? What's up?
For a good term that anybody used to describe him in that year. Having issues, this stuff. And I'm like, okay, so this, what happened was, I was like, okay, this is it. My daughter having a C in gym and being told it's only gym. Oh, I'm here. She said, oh yeah, we'll talk about that. I was like, open house. The parents are lining up and like recipe. They said, you got to work with the families. The whole culture and the way that they were able to help kids shift it is not the best place to live over there, right? They're shooting our kids with music and art. We didn't have music and art. Having my ear to the ground, listening to the community, not talented and gifted to have certain programming. Why can't they have equity across the board, right? Yeah. Those are things that I'm concerned about, pushback, even if I'm going to lose a vote, and not afraid to be completely honest, right? Because the money follows those kids. What about the kids who are talented a week after and they're expecting him to do that? But if you're not expecting, it made it difficult for mixed feelings because I'm thinking they were police officers because they were called Quebec officers with us. They would just make sure everybody's okay and allow somebody to abuse the power and call them. And this person up in my building, one day, I told this one ain't right. Right. That wouldn't have happened before the MOU got. The whole reason why we started with Quebec team in the first place was because we had kids when they go to school.
Especially with somebody.
The district policies, but then they can create their own policies. That's why you have like 4 schools or 3 schools in Chestnut. Of our board is the mayor. He's also sits on their board, sit by the state to sit on the board. 85% of the kids are in that situation, right? Not even is it that you can see where they are academically. That would send me their essays and stuff, and I felt like I was reading a second or third. They deal with them.
Why do we not focus on restructure
to a school that people are like mad if they get sent to wonder what it is that you need to do? Then you actually, you know what people literally said in a meeting? Nobody's gonna. I really think that the best solution. This is the expectation.
And you saw me out there advocating for other people's kids that didn't even belong there for themselves, and it's just like, no, you need to hear them out. Let them advocate for themselves. It's really important.
The problem that we run into with education is the political gets in the way, right? The money and this person deserves a role. Yeah, like seriously, there's certain people that I get more complaints, and so the long answer that we need more speak outs. We added more speak outs, right? We advocated for it. People don't show where the school district is 91 other and 9% of power, not just on the school committee, but in the community accountable, right? And when we created Parent Village, supposed to do, so let us help you educate, be accountable. Because if we don't vote and we don't participate in the speak outs and we want to do a regular town hall, sometimes really about if parents want some, people aren't demanding it. Realize that you even have the power to fight. Because
if you could speak to these,
especially for my folks in the hood. I lived in the Ave. I lived over in Renee's Circle. Bother her. She's smart. Let her go to school and leave her alone. Because if they can't talk to her. I used to have a complex and think I was ugly because guys want to try to talk home and all these things and being able to be educated, have a master's degree. Like, if I can do this, people that looked out for me. And so your families and bring the resources back. And we wanted us and went on and kept doing their thing. But now about politics. But there's things that God has for
you. Need to be superintendent.
Superintendent were on the board, and Laura Menz was doing a presentation. I was like, wow, this is a problem. What is happening? We had a big brainstorm session and educators and so we said, well, we're not reinventing all these wheels, but we know compass that we need a city for. Vote for Latonia. Monroe.
Out to Latonia, Monroe, Naylor for coming in. Remember.
That was fun.